the Class AA champion at 130 pounds. Tim?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. And that's Dylan Long. And Dylan is quite a young man, and he's brought Creston a lot of pride. And now we're getting ready for 135 pounds. Single A is our big match, and that's Eli Sanders from Columbus Junction versus Keith Peyton from Wapsie Valley Fairbank. Columbus Junction in the hunt for trophies, and they could go to second place with a win here in front of Bondurant Farrar.
Big match here because Bondurant Farrar has a finalist also.
Put a little pressure on them there. Columbus would like to do that. And,
hey guys, let's go.
Make them win that second place trophy.
On the line, shake hands. Here we go.
Nobody can catch them for second and third. They're just fighting it out for second and third place right now. It's Columbus Junction in the blue there. It's Eli Sanders, 38-3 versus Keith Peyton, 42-3 from Wapsie Valley. Rich Stillman from Emmitsburg. There's an Emmitsburg name. And
three-time state champion.
Probably has got a few kids going to be having in that program, and he's the official right there, Rich Stillman. These three-time state champions, Jim, I mean, they can all join the broadcast team now because on college wrestling with Dan Gable and now with yourself here in high school, three-time state champions, we've raised the bar.
Well, I'm just tickled to death to be here.
Well, we're really glad to have you. The expert commentary of Jim Gibbons.
Eli Sanders here from Columbus Junction has a front headlock, kind of warding off Keith Peyton from Wapsie Valley Fairbanks shots here. Looks like...
Hey, Jim, what is your favorite memory, your fondest memory of the high school state tournament?
Well, I think it's winning that first state title here as a sophomore. And I wrestled one of the toughest guys I ever wrestled in my life here, Dan Glenn. Went on to wrestle for the University of Iowa. And it was one of those unfortunate matches where one of those referees' decisions and overtime matches. But beating a fellow of that caliber and just setting a goal and having it accomplished here, and you're basically about 15 years of age. I mean, it was just to set that goal like I set in 7th grade and have it come true 3 years later, and all the hard work putting it together. That's my fondest memory of the tournament.
How about from a family aspect? I mean, you know, I know your mom, B, is great support, and she's probably watching right now tonight, but 10 state championships.
I hope she's babysitting my daughters here. So.
10 state championships between you and your brother Joe and Tim and Jeff.
Well, that was a beautiful thing, and you know, I guess I started it there with the first 3 titles, and then, you know, my brother Tim and I won it together, which was also a great memory. 98 and 105 back then for Ames, and then my brother doing, I think you say you get more nervous, and just as the fans here can appreciate, if you know somebody that's out here tonight, I mean, you're on pins and needles out there hoping that they do it. So, you know, my dad had high expectations for it. I thank God for that, and we were able to follow through and had great support from both parents.
That's great. It's a family affair, and right now in single A, it's still 0-0 at the end of the first period. We're starting the second period, and that's Columbus, Eli Sanders versus Wapsie Valley's Keith Peyton. This is a good one. Columbus Sanders chooses down, and Keith Peyton starts to ride here, and he'd like to turn him or do something to get some points.
Yeah, he's tough in the top position. He's working on that cross wrist ride here, which is usually buy you a little bit of time in the top position. That's something Jim Miller and I went over today in the Let It Go here. But Jim, if you're watching at home here at Wartburg, don't let that one go.
In 2A, we've got Cole Pape from Maquoketa. 9th year in a row, Maquoketa's had a finalist. Jeff Tampier, the coach there. Ryan Utterback from New Hampton. It's second one of Larry Straw's 4 finalists, and he's trying to make a run at the championship in 2A. That's Pape from Maquoketa versus Utterback from New Hampton, and the score is 2-2 with only a minute left in the second period. In 3A, David Brown from Lamar's, 41-0 versus Pat Rial from Fort Dodge. And the score is 2-0 in favor of Brown from Lamar's.
Well, we've got a 1-0 score here. Eli Sanders here has got the 1-0 lead.
That's Bill Plain on the left, the head coach, Columbus Junction. John Siegel, longtime assistant, on the right.
You see Keith Peyton in the black singlet here. Looks like he wants to touch and go. He's trying to bait into that single leg, trying to get Sanders to step forward with his right leg. It really wasn't quite there, so he shot. Now he's in a tough situation here. He's got his forehead on the mat. And Sanders does a great job of spinning around. You see that when Peyton put his forehead on the mat here, it made it pretty easy for Sanders to spin around to get the points. So 31 seconds left, second period here. The advantage here to Sanders.
Keep working, let's go.
Columbus Junction.
Choose it.
Trying to get their second champion and go into second place all alone ahead of Bondurant Farrar, who has another finalist left.
Here's the replay here. You can see how he stuffs the head, and Peyton gets his head caught in the down position here, the forehead on the mat, and nothing usually good happens when you get that head planted on the mat.
Green, let's cover red.
I think every coach in the history of the sport has said, don't let you put your head on the mat.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, Peyton's a talented athlete here. If he can get the escape here, 7 seconds left. The points at the end of the period here are so critical.
That's where you separate the winners from the losers so often. Scoring on the edge of the mat, scoring at the end of periods.
That's right, and riding in the top position at the end of a period, I think,
Very
is
good
really
point,
important.
Jim. Very good point. Great job then by Sanders from Columbus, not letting that Peyton get a point there at the end of the second period. It's the start of the third period. It's 3-0 in favor of Sanders from Columbus Junction over Peyton from Wapsie Valley. And the other, in 2A, the score is 4-4 between Maquoketa's Cole Pape and New Hampton's Ryan Utterback. Minute 20 left in the match. In 3A, the score is 2-0 in favor of David Brown from Lamar's over Pat Rial from Fort Dodge with about a minute 50 left in the match.
And there's a 1:30 left here, and Eli Sanders, Columbus Junction, has cut Keith Peyton here, makes it a 3-1 score. Peyton on the offensive here.
In there.
On the offense, got the underhook. He's giving up the underhook, correct that.
We're neutral.
I think what Peyton's trying to do is set up a free shot here. You see he leads with the right leg. He's trying to get that single going. Actually, he's trying to... he's trying to bait Sanders into stepping forward with that left leg, actually with his right leg. Trying to bait Sanders into stepping forward with Sanders' right leg. And Sanders is doing a great job of keeping that back. I wonder if they scouted that, Tim.
Well, I'll tell you what, they do a lot of work, that coaching staff from Columbus Junction, and it pays off.
Here we are in a tie-up position. There's the Peyton circling left. Now he tries to get back in that leg. Sanders sees it coming. Only 43 seconds left. Now a nice duck under high crotch attempt. Right there at the edge of the mat, but they'll go off. 36 seconds left in the third.
There's Chris Davis on the right, the head coach of Wapsie Valley. And up in your 2A, it's 6-4, and the winner is Maquoketa's Cole Pape over New Hampton's Ryan Utterback.
And that's the ninth. That's the ninth finalist in a row ninth year that Maquoketa's had a finalist.
Of course, the Juergens brothers.
And now Sanders has just been warned for Columbus Junction in the blue singlet. Now the hand fighting here that's going on. Elbow control here by Sanders. He sees those shots coming, and he's doing a good job of sprawling and squaring his hips. Now a duck under attempt here.
Whoa! That was close. That's too bad. He was in, and he was tight, and he's not going to win the match now.
Caution red! Caution red!
Not enough time.
2 seconds left.
Columbus Junction wins their second and goes into second place. And in 3A box right there that you're looking at, there's 11 seconds left. David Brown having no problem right now. 5-0 over Pat Rial. Looks like he's going to win the state championship. 3 seconds. He's riding there, and he does. That's David Brown. So we have Eli Sanders, 1A state champion at 135 from Columbus Junction. Cole Pape from Maquoketa, the 2A state champion, and David Brown from Lamar's, the 3A state champion at 135 pounds. Let's go to the award stand.
Deja vu, 135 pounds, double A. Last year, Cole Pape decisioned Ryan Utterback in the semifinals. Well, did the same today. Cole Pape is the champion in double A. Cole Pape from Maquoketa, Utterback from New Hampton. Pape was trailing 4-3 going into the final period, but with a single leg drive, he had to escape first of all, then a single leg drive, 6-4. Cole Pape is the champion, double A. Dick?
All right, Dean, in AAA competition at 135, David Brown of Lamar's has defeated Pat Rial of Fort Dodge, a couple of cagey seniors. The score 5-0. Both grapplers received a warning for stalling in the third period, but Brown of Lamar's...
Athletes and coaches hugging.
Let's go to the award stand.
The award stand area at the east end of the auditorium. Presenting the Class 1A 135-pound awards, Coach Bill Plain of Columbus Junction, Columbus. Sixth place, Tyler Jones, Lisbon. Fifth place, Cody Koenig, Underwood. Fourth place, Nathan Robinson, Rock Rapids, Central Lyon. Third place, Jeremiah Cusel, Bondurant Farrar. Runner-up, Keith Peyton, Wapsie Valley, Fairbanks. And the Class 1A 135-pound champion from Columbus Junction, Columbus, Eli Sanders.
Well, each coach there, the head coach, Bill Plain, takes his turn after giving his assistant, John Siegel, a shot at hanging the gold medal around one of their Columbus Junction champions. That's Eli Sanders.
Presenting the Class 2A 135-pound awards, Coach Jeff Pampier of Maquoketa. Sixth place, Jeff Wiley, West Liberty. Fifth place, Mark Sturm, Emmitsburg, AR. Fourth place, Brandon Eulenhoff, Parkersburg, Acton. Third place, Ben Christensen, Glenwood. Runner-up, Ryan Utterback, New Hampton. And the Class 2A 135-pound champion from Maquoketa, Cole Pape.
Jeff Tampier's done a great job at Maquoketa the last decade. 9 years in a row having a champion or somebody in the finals.
Must have been fun coaching those Juergens boys.
Yes.
Presenting the Class 3A 135-pound awards, Coach Tom Smalley of Lamar's. Sixth place, Jim Kennedy, Dubuque Senior. Fifth place, Brandon Winky, Ames. Fourth place, Johnny Galloway Jr., Waterloo East. Third place, Justin Scott, Oskaloosa. Runner-up, Pat Rial, Fort Dodge. And the Class 3A 135-pound champion from Lamar's, David Brown.
Tom Smiley has put in his time as a coach over the years, and congratulations to him. Let's go to Dick Trotter.
The 3A champion.